As Hollywood slowly gets back to work, more and more filmmakers are looking to Montana as a potential production site. A new facility just south of Livingston may also bring a big economic boost to the region. MTN's Chris DeRose takes us behind the scenes at the Yellowstone Film Ranch.
Not far down a dirt road, just behind the Chico Hot Springs Resort, one is transported back in time, or maybe into a dream. If your dream, of course, is to become a cowboy.
You know, everybody grows up wanting to be a cowboy, right? To walk around this place is it's like a fantasy.
A fantasy, a dream. The Yellowstone Film Ranch was just that up until about a year ago for partners Colin Davis, Richard Gray, and Carter Baim. All three live in Montana, and all three love making movies. Carter's family even used to run the local drive-in in Livingston. That's where he first became hooked.
I guess I like movie magic, and I grew up at the drive-in theater watching movies from my house and seeing the big screen, and I just fell in love with it.
It's this love of movies that got them thinking, why aren't there more films being made here in Montana? Apparently, they weren't the only ones with this thought. Last year saw big tax incentives passed here in Montana to lure Hollywood into the mountains and generate money into the local economy.
The tax credit is designed to help locals. You only get the maximum credit, which is what a production is always looking for, if you hire locals. The locals are who prospers because you only get the maximum tax credit if you hire locals.
Thanks to that tax credit, movies about Montana can now be made in Montana, with money going into the pockets of Montanans. So if film crews are coming to town, why not give them a great facility and a versatile set?
It didn't make sense that Montana didn't have a place like this. So we tried to design a town that was super film friendly. We worked with LA designers that had done big films and architects that helped us build a town that wasn't a ghost town that's 100 years old and tiny and hard to film in. It was actually built to be big and practical for film sets.
It's a large jail cell, and in fact, all the buildings here are built on a larger scale. Even if you're doing a scene with 2 people inside here, there's going to be 10, 20, 30 people behind the camera. And if you don't have enough room for them in the building, well, Yellowstone Film Ranch has got you covered. You can expand the building.
So we tried to build the perfect set. So for an incoming filmmaker could walk in and go, oh, okay, this is a blank canvas, but I can see what I can do here.
The town is complete with a saloon, a stables, and a church. It could easily stand in for Dodge City or Tombstone, or maybe even a town that hasn't been created yet. In fact, writers, producers, and directors have all been making a lot of inquiries about the ranch, even now, in the age of COVID. But if a film was greenlit and came to the ranch, what would filming during the pandemic look like?
We have a number of projects now wanting to come in, but we have to do it when it's safe and everybody's working along.
We're working with a COVID team now, and the recommendation is that we will quarantine in advance. The entire cast and crew will have to be in a bubble.
Bubbling much the same way the NHL and NBA are currently doing, not to mention film projects that are starting up all around the world. And with Chico Hot Springs just a short walk from set, keeping all the elements of cast and crew contained might just work effectively here in Montana.
We had signed up 3 movies that were going to start, and then this hit, and of course they all went on hold. We believe that they're all 3 coming back when they're able to, and we're hoping that this fall or before the end of the year that we're going to be starting a new movie that will be starring people that everybody knows.
With safety measures in place, this labor of love could soon be home to some of Hollywood's biggest productions. But for Carter, it goes deeper than that. It's a connection to the old drive-in in Livingston and his dad.
My father was my best friend. I kind of did this in his honor, in a lot of ways. So I know he would be proud, and we're very proud of what we've done.
Reporting at Chico Hot Springs, Krista Rose, MTN News.
All of it in Montana. How exciting. The Montana Department of Commerce also says that a study they founded in between 2019 and 2020 says almost $48 million was brought into the state economy thanks to movies, television, and commercials.